Well, the World Health Organization says 1 out of every 9 deaths is related to air pollution, including lung cancer, stroke, and heart disease. In fact, 80% of cities around the world have unacceptable air quality levels, including New Delhi. Well, now that the Delhi government has cancelled the odd-even scheme, what exactly will solve Delhi's pollution crisis, not just now, but in the years to come? We sat down exclusively with the Deputy Director General of the World Health Organization here in Delhi, Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, to find out exactly who's responsible and what needs to be fixed. He actually blamed a few conditions, the humidity, the lack of wind, certainly the crop burning as well. But ultimately, who is to blame? Could this have been prevented? I mean, sort of to see what is happening to New Delhi, really hard to digest.
Well, I think first thing we have to accept that it's a man-made problem. And while wind and humidity can exacerbate the situation, the origins or the causes are all can be controlled by us, by humans. Whether it's crop burning, whether it's vehicular exhaust, or whether it's industrial exhaust, or whether it's dust due to construction activity, for each of these there's a solution. So I think we need to look at those solutions and how do we actually implement them. And who are going to be the partners, the central government, the state government, which are the ministries and departments involved, and of course citizens as well. As citizens, I think we also have a responsibility of carpooling, of sharing, of trying to use public transport and so on, and of contributing less to pollution. So it needs to be a really collective effort, but I think people are ready now.
Is there something India could learn perhaps from other countries in terms of combating disease, combating air pollution, to sort of continue moving forward as one of the biggest populated countries in the world?
Yes, I'm sure that we can learn, because a lot of countries and cities have been in the situation that we are in today, and they've been able to overcome that. I mean, 10 years ago we were talking about Beijing as being the most polluted city. They had the Olympics coming up, and over time they've managed to contain, though they still have a problem of pollution. We know about the great smog of London in the 1950s, when thousands of people died because of that particular smog in one season. So this has happened in cities. We know that the rivers in the UK were heavily contaminated, till the 1950s, and then they cleaned up all their rivers, whether it was in Scotland or whether it was the Thames in London. So these things can be done, and we have a huge program here to clean the Ganga. But again, it requires a massive effort and the involvement of everybody practically. It has to be a civil society movement as well, I think, with of course government taking the major role.